Steam on mobile. Let's talk about it. So, I'm Alex Reynolds, also known as SketchyBot 3000, and you are on Nerd Something or Other, where we chat about all kinds of fun, nerdy tech stuff. So, I heard this rumor recently that Steam has actually, over the last 10 years, been working on making their game libraries mobile compatible, right? So think about this like the Steam Deck, right? So the Steam Deck does not run Windows, right? It runs Linux, but it runs Windows games, right? Steam library is mostly Windows games. The Steam Deck runs most of those games, but it's running it on Linux. And Steam for mobile is kind of the same thing, right? Like, I know a lot of you are probably like, yeah, Alex, we've heard about this. It's called Steam Link. But that's not what I'm talking about, right? Steam Link is your game running on a computer being streamed to your phone or tablet, right? We're talking about this is games running directly on your phone, no internet connection required, right? Unless it's some sort of online multiplayer game. And I did hear chat about them working on how to work that out as well, because I know the anti-cheat stuff is a big issue with that kind of stuff when you're not running it directly on Windows. But apparently they've got a layer, or they put work into it so that it won't trigger the anti-cheat stuff anymore. I don't know, but I'm not going to dive into the details of exactly how they're making this work, the names of the technology, all that stuff. You can check out some other videos about that. We're just here to chat about it, man. Let's chat about, our thoughts and things. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me on things that I say and this and that? And, what does this mean to you? Because I think this kind of opens up a whole new world, right? Like, I've got Steam Link, but I've never really used it because I don't like, if I'm going to run it on the other computer, then I'm just going to run it on the other computer. Trying to stream it from a computer to something else doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. And man, I would love to replace our Nintendo Switch with Steam something or another, right? I'm very tired of Nintendo's anti-consumerism practices, right? Versus Steam is very consumer friendly. Ooh, there's a bunch of deer right up there. Oh, we got a lot of mule deer out here. This is a good area to catch them. I don't usually see them in this area though. Usually a lot of groundhogs. Anyway, sorry, back to the tech. I'm getting distracted. Steam for mobile, right? So I'd like to replace the Switch, and there's a lot of reasons that even a Steam Deck I don't think would really replace the Switch. And man, I'd love to hear from you guys and gals if you know of some stuff that I don't know. Now, I know you can run emulators on the Steam Deck. Don't get me wrong. I know you can run emulators. I don't really feel like futzing with emulators. I would rather find getting off track. Let's go back to Steam on the mobile. I like the idea of being able to run things directly, be able to play my Steam library from my phone, right? I don't have a Steam Deck, and I'm wondering if this performance would be very similar to a Steam Deck. I mean, I'm sure the performance would be a little bit lower, right? But I'm running an iPhone 17 Pro. I just replaced my iPhone 12 mini, and so kind of in this whole new world of like, oh, I've got a phone that actually has some performance to it now. It might actually do pretty well at some mobile games and things like that. But I don't really care for the little junky app store games, right? I want to play my Steam games. And I like the idea of the Steam Deck, where it's sort of this whole, like, you can just put it to sleep and then wake it and it'll pick up right where you left off in your game. At least that's what I've heard. And I'm wondering if playing on my phone will be a similar experience to that. Because sometimes I want to play a game on like my little 10-minute break at work, right? I work from home. But that usually means like 10 minutes of booting something up. and getting the game running. And by the time it boots up, like I need to be getting back to work, not diving into a game, right? And I'm wondering if one, doing this on my phone, if it would be set up like a Steam Deck where it could just pick up where I left off real quick and I can jump into a game in a few seconds instead of 10 minutes, right? Wow, that is a lot of deer. And they're stopping like right in front of me here. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deer. Wow. I'm usually used to seeing like 3 or 5. Hi there, guys. So yeah, I'm wondering if I get that Steam Deck like experience. And I don't know. You guys that have done more mobile gaming, I know Red Dead Redemption is now kind of being a popular thing on phones right now. I need to try that. Oh God, there's 2 more deer. I need to try that out. I know Netflix is doing it for free. It's something I have in my Steam library, which if that were available, my Steam library were available on my phone, I could just play it that way. But I need to try that out, see how that is. But I'm curious with you guys that have played games like that, games that were at some point AAA games. How did they play on the phone? Were they able to just kind of wake from sleep real quickly like that? Again, I know it's not going to be super high fidelity, but yeah, I don't know. The idea of having access to my games in my pocket that easily without having to stream it from some other computer or device over the internet, that really appeals to me. And like I was saying before, I like the idea of kind of replacing the Nintendo Switch, although the Nintendo Switch is very much a family gaming device to me, and it wouldn't really be able to replace that, right? Like, I mean, I guess technically I could plug my phone into the TV and connect other controllers to it, but I got a feeling that's going to fall apart pretty quickly, especially with being my mobile device where I get all my notifications and stuff. I would think plugging that into the TV and playing on it as a family would be pretty weird. But what do you guys think? You know, what do you guys think are the advantages of being able to do this with Steam, and what do you think are the disadvantages of doing this with Steam? Man, there's so many. They don't seem that bothered by me here. The deer, like I'm getting so close to them and they're just like, we found some good grass. We don't care. You're going to see them in a second here. Look, I got the cinematic mode on so they're all blurred out. But you see those dark dots? Those are all deer. Tell me what you guys think. By the way, sponsor today. We have a sponsor today. Sponsor is Charming Quail Jewelry Design. And I know you guys are probably thinking, I don't care about jewelry. Think about this though, right? Do you have a loved one in your life who does like jewelry? Because I might have something you're interested in here. Okay, these guys look very determined to cross the trail, and I don't want to get in front of them. We're going to pause for a minute. Yeah, you go ahead. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you guys I don't mean to cut you guys off from each other. So many deer. Charming Quail Jewelry Design, right? So I happen to be the designer and founder of it. But here's the thing. What I specialize in is helping people to revel in whatever they nerd out about, right? And finding nerdy jewelry is not very hard. You go to any Comic-Con, just go on the internet, you find it. But the problem is finding nerdy jewelry that's actually really elegant and that you can wear every day, you can wear to work, stuff like that. That is tricky to do, and that's where I come in. That's where Charming Quail comes in. We make nerdy jewelry, helping you revel in whatever you nerd out about, but with an elegance that will make everyone else jealous. You see, my background is in designing jewelry, custom wedding sets. That's what most of my background is in, is designing custom wedding sets. And I got several requests for very nerdy things. And I'd have people come up to me and be like, hey, we are really into Legend of Zelda, or we are really into space and planetary stuff. And so we want our wedding sets to be really personal and reflect that, but it's got to be something that looks really pretty and elegant and we can wear it to work and stuff like that, because if it looks nerdy and cheap and it doesn't last, like, that's not going to be a very good wedding set. You have to wear your wedding set every day, and it's got to last you a lifetime. And so, though that was a fun challenge that I worked through at my previous job at a jewelry design studio, and now I've started my own business doing it, and I love doing that stuff. So, if you or someone you love needs an anniversary gift or a wedding set or something like that, and they love nerdy stuff, but they don't want to be that weird person, right? They want something that's beautiful and elegant and people are all going to be jealous of. Check out charmingquail.com. And if you're interested in making a custom piece, go to charmingquail.com/contact and ask about it. And let's chat a little bit, see what I could do for you. So, but anyway, Steam on mobile, right? I don't think it could necessarily replace the Switch, but it would be nice to have access to my Steam library in my pocket all the time. What do you all think? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to have a chat about all this. What am I missing? What am I not thinking about? Right? What are the benefits that I'm not thinking about? What are the disadvantages that I'm not thinking about? Right? Like, obviously, it's going to be on a phone. It's going to be on a phone processor, and it really depends on what phone you're running. Not everybody has an iPhone 17 Pro, right? And some people may have more powerful phones than I do. I don't know. But I'm really curious. What phones are you guys rocking? Do you think that your phone could handle the Steam library if they were able to sort of port it over? I don't know. You let me know. But I look forward to hearing from you, hearing what your thoughts are. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and then head over to this one next. I think you'll enjoy this one a lot if you had fun here. I'll see you there.